Why hello there! I am fantasy author Diana Gunn, and today I'm here to tackle a big, important question that all of us have to deal with when we decide we want to become creative professionals and put ourselves in the public spotlight. And that is how much of our own personal journeys, especially when those journeys relate to mental health, do we actually share? For those of you who are wondering what just happened, that was my kitten, Mister. He has discovered that the top of my brand new bookshelf back here is a lovely place to rest, or to apparently fall down from while I'm in the middle of filming, so don't mind him. The question of how much of our own personal stories we want to share with the world and to include in our art is an incredibly important question for all kinds of creators, and it always has been. But this question has become even more important and more pressing as social media has become part of our everyday life and has invaded every area of our lives. People expect to have access to the creators that they love and the artists that they love in a way that they've never expected to before. They expect to see more and to know more about you than they ever have before, and this can pose an incredible challenge because a lot of artists and creators are incredibly private people. They're introverts. They don't even really like talking to their friends and families about what's going on in their lives, let alone the entire internet. But not all of us have this problem. For some of us, sharing is fairly simple. We enjoy sharing the details of our lives with our online followings. We enjoy sharing with the people we're connected to and building deeper, more meaningful connections with them by letting them into our everyday life. I have always been the second type of creator. I enjoy sharing the personal details of my life. I talk openly about the trauma that I've experienced and the depression that I struggle with and the biases that I face every day in my work as both a young person and a woman. And I'm happy to talk about all of those things, and I've always been really open with them, and that's part of why I decided to take this channel in the direction of focusing less on writing and more on mental health and self-care. And I've also learned a lot in my journey to overcome the traumas that I faced and to cope with and surpass the depression that I struggle with on a regular basis and my other mental health issues. I have learned so much, and I still do want to pass this knowledge on to inspire others to create better lives for themselves, to be bigger, to have bigger thoughts and ideas, and to pursue the creative dreams that they've always wanted to pursue. But part of the ability that I have to share, part of the ease with which I tell others about my journey and my struggles is because a lot of that struggle happened a long time ago. My dad died almost 13 years ago, and my parents split up around the same time, and a lot of my trauma is centered in the period between 10 and 13 years ago. And so I've put a lot of distance between myself and that. I have overcome, and I have reached a point where I'm comfortable talking about those traumas, and I'm comfortable sharing them, especially because I know that they'll resonate with other people and that what I've learned may help other people. But a couple of months ago, I hit a snag in this journey, and specifically, I hit a snag in my own mental health journey, and I had a breakdown. And I wasn't ready to share it with the world. I didn't know what to share, and I had spent so much time building up this channel around mental health that I didn't know what else to talk about. So I just sort of withdrew, and I did a lot of rethinking about what this channel is going to look like and what my author platform in general is going to look like and what my responsibilities are when it comes to sharing my own personal struggles with the community of mental health advocates and mentally ill people. As somebody who wants to be an advocate for mental health, who wants to inspire people with mental illness to pursue their creative dreams and live better lives, and who wants to help people overcome their trauma and their struggles with mental illness, I think it's important to be transparent about the fact that I also struggle with mental illness, and that I've struggled with mental illness from a very young age, and that a lot of what I'm passing on to you is what I've learned firsthand. And in fact, I have no medical qualifications. I am not here to replace your psychiatrist or your therapist. I'm just here to teach you what has worked for me in my own prolonged struggle with depression and PTSD. But in order to protect my ongoing mental health, as well as my own privacy and the privacy of the people who are close to me, I need to limit that transparency as well. So when I realized that I had to limit this transparency, I stopped making videos because I didn't know where the line was. I didn't know what I was willing to share and what I wasn't willing to share. And to be completely honest with you, as far as my mental health struggle is concerned, I'm still not entirely sure where that line is, and I feel like it's going to take me another few months to figure it out. So instead of focusing on self-care and mental health, in the next few months I'm going to focus on how to harness creativity. I'm going to share some really cool creative experiments that I've been doing with you. I've been playing a lot with visual arts, and I'm really excited to share things with you, like this gorgeous dragon that I made myself. And I'm going to be really focusing on that. You will see the occasional video that's about mental health. I'm working on one that's really exciting about how my hair color boosts my self-confidence and makes me feel like me, and that's really exciting. But I am going to be shifting the focus of this channel away from mental health to focus primarily on creativity and how to live a more creative life regardless of your mental health. The second big change is that I am going to be moving my videos to every Thursday instead of every Monday, and this is for a variety of reasons. I don't want to get into that here, but all in all, I think Thursday is a much better day, and I've just found that Mondays aren't really a day when I'm around to interact as much, so the videos don't get the love and sharing that they really deserve from me. I love YouTube, and something that I've really realized in the past few months is that as much as I have been struggling and as much as I don't really want to focus my channel on mental health anymore, I miss doing these videos and I miss communicating with the YouTube audience, and this is where I want to be. So thank you for listening to my ramble. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you enjoy this video, please like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I would love to hear from you if you've had to struggle with this in your own life, or as a creator where you stand on the idea of transparency. I'm fantasy author Diana Gunn, and I will see you next Thursday.